won't take any of our beef. They don't want it.
For Australia, these tariffs are not unexpected.
Donald Trump's Liberation Day will be seen as a very dark day for international trade.
They're wonderful people and wonderful everything, but they ban American beef.
But let me be clear, they are totally unwarranted.
Donald Trump's Liberation Day, where he has showered much of the world with very high tariffs, will be seen as a very dark day for international trade, including for Australia, which has had 10% levied on it for all Australian exports into the United States market. The world was expecting that Donald Trump would impose heavy tariffs, but not this heavy. Lots of America's closest trading partners, Japan, China, India, have had very large tariffs placed on them, much larger than most of the market was expecting.
It's all detailed in a very big report by the U.S. Trade Representative on foreign trade barriers, and I'll just hold it up for you. It's available, and you don't have to pay too much. As I understand it, you'll pay nothing.
Now, this is going to have a ricocheted effect around the world because with America putting up so much of a tariff barrier, other countries will also naturally put up tariff barriers, maybe fire back at the Americans. None of this is good news for a middle power like Australia, which relies very much on free trade for its prosperity.
We will not join a race to the bottom that leads to higher prices and slower growth.
What this signals in the way that Donald Trump has done this is, of course, his extremely transactional approach to everything, to allies, friends and foes.
For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike.
This is not the act of a friend.
The fact that he could impose 10% tariff on Australia is really quite remarkable, given that Australia is one of the few countries that has a trade surplus with the United States. It also has a free trade agreement. It certainly, to be fair, has done nothing to provoke this. Regardless of what happens from this point on, we are going to see a long time before America can re-establish the close relationship it has with much of the Western world.
Today we're standing up for the American worker, and we are finally putting America first.
What will make Trump change his mind or backtrack on these tariffs? Not very much. He may negotiate them individually down the track. He said that he's open to negotiation and discussions, but he's unlikely to rescind them entirely. I think in the short term, the biggest break on Trump potentially might well be the markets. If Wall Street takes a dive, it's already taken quite a hit in the last couple of months, of course. If it takes a solid dive in the next couple of months, then I think Trump really might be tempted to rewind some of these policies, because the policies are selling a false dawn to American workers. He's wrapped the argument up with a nice pretty bow of nationalism, saying it'll help recover American industry and American jobs. But the bottom line is that these tariffs will be passed on to a large degree onto the American consumer, onto American workers in the form of higher prices, which of course is highly ironic given that Trump was elected as a president to get prices lower. So this is a big moment in international trade. It's a big moment for Australia, and it's a big moment in the Trump presidency.